Hello Year 3 and welcome to the maths lesson for Wednesday the 27th of January. Great to see you all here again, and let's see what we're doing today. So our mental quickfire starter, we are today going to be subtracting tens from numbers with 3 digits. We've been adding tens to numbers with 3 digits in the last couple of days, but today we're going to have a look at what happens when you subtract. So let's have a quick reminder of the different vocabulary that we have that means subtraction. So we've got subtract, minus, less, decrease, take away, fewer, leave, so you might say how many does that leave, and the difference. Those are all important vocabulary to remember when we're dealing with subtraction questions. So let's have a look at today's problem. Well, we've got here on the board a number that I've made already, and the number I've got here has got 4 ones. It has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tens, and we've got 100. So let's have a look at our first question. So let's just get rid of those lines that I drew earlier. So we've got 194 take away 10. So let's have a look at our tens digit. Well, in my main number I've got 9 tens, and I'm taking away 1 10. So I know that 9 tens take away 1 10 is going to leave me with what? That's right, 8 tens. And I can show that if I move one of the tens away from there, I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tens. So that tells me that 194 subtract 10 gives me 184. Now let's put that one back and have a look at the next question. 194 subtract 20. So this time I've got 9 tens to start with and 2 tens to take away. And you'll see that there's no change in the ones digit because we're not taking any ones away, we're just taking tens away today. So 9 tens take away 2 tens, which I can show on here. 9 tens take away 2 tens, leaves me with, how many? That's right, 7 tens. So my number is now 174. Right, let's put those back again while we look at our final question here. 194 take away 40. So this time I've got 9 tens and I'm taking away 4 tens. So 9 tens take away 4 tens is going to leave me with, let's look at these 10 frames to help us this time. So I've got 9 tens here. If I take away 4 tens, that leaves me with 154. There you are, 154. Make sure that you remember to use your place value knowledge when you are doing your calculations. So now it's your turn. Off you go. 3 levels of challenge. You choose which one you'd like to do today. Pause the video while you have a go. Great, let's have a look. Here's the answers. Check the answers, and if you didn't get any of them right, have another look at it and just see where you made your mistake. Great job. Right, well today we are going to be having a look at right angles, and our lesson today, can I identify right angles? So to be successful today, you need to be able to recognise a right angle, and you need to be able to find right angles in pictures and in shapes. So, a right angle. Well, we've got two angles here. We know that an angle is made where two lines join. So we've got the right angle. If you put your thumb and your finger pointing like that, that makes a right angle. And also, you may have already made your angle eater. We've got two lines joining there to make a right angle. It looks a bit like a square corner, doesn't it? But right angles are really important, and you will keep coming across right angles all through primary school and even when you get into your secondary school. They're a really important angle to know about. So let's learn about right angles.
They are right angles. Our focus today is right angles. This is what they look like. Now you could think of it as a quarter turn on a clock. These are all right angles here, 3 different right angles in this picture. They're in different orientations, which means we've twisted them a bit, turned them, but they are still all right angles. It could be like the quarter of a square, there you can see in that bottom picture. And sometimes you can see there's a box put in a right angle. So if you see an angle like this, where there's a box put in the corner of the angle where the two lines meet, that is always a right angle. So just take a minute to have a look at these pictures, all of which show right angles, our focus of today's lesson. Right. Angle arms then. You might have done this before. Here's a picture of a person doing angle arms and showing a right angle. So you can have a go at this at home. All you need to do is choose one arm, which goes straight up, and the other arm goes straight out. You've made a right angle. This is a right angle. You can do it the other way around. One arm that goes straight up and one arm that goes straight out, and you have got a right angle.
Great. So, did you do your angle arms? That's right. So the right angle can be either with the right hand up, left hand out, or it can be with the left arm up and the right arm out. So your first task today is to make a right angle tester. Now some of you may have printed one out and made it. If you haven't done that already, you need to pause the video and make your right angle tester. A simple way to do it, if you haven't managed to print one out, is by folding a piece of paper in half and then folding it again so you've got a really straight corner. Then what I'd like you to do is have a look around your room and see what right angles you can find. You can see here some pictures that I've taken showing the one with the book here is showing that there's a right angle. The edges of the book are making a right angle, and my right angle tester fits right into its mouth. On the second picture, you can see that my curved pot isn't forming a right angle because there's a big gap for my angle eater there. So pause the video, go and see if you can find some right angles around the room and take some pictures of the ones that you managed to find. Okay, task 2. I want you to have a look at the pictures and using your right angle finder, see how many different right angles you can find in the picture on your activity sheet. Yellows have got the blue house here, looking for right angles, and when we see a right angle, there's a particular way that we mark a right angle, and we mark it with a square. So I'll give you one to start with. There is a right angle. So you mark it with two sides of a square, and we know that that means in maths that that is a right angle. So that's the yellow group's house. Green group have got the brown house, and blue group are going to be working on the picture with the post box. So how many angles can you find in your picture? And then for task 3 today is looking at some shapes and seeing if you can mark any right angles on the shapes. Now, right angles might look like right angles, but when you test them with your angle eater, you may find that what looks like a right angle isn't. So be really careful to check with your angle eater. Now then, have fun today. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you can find with your angle eater, what right angles you can find. Remember to hand in your work by 3:30 if possible, and then the lesson full tomorrow will be available from 5 o'clock this afternoon. Great to see all your work coming in, and I hope you're enjoying learning all about angles. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.